Back now with the 3-year-olds. Now, you guys know, all right, you guys understand, I preached and preached and preached and preached about why we are going to turn some of these sophomores over and why it's very important to do so. You know, you've seen now some of those horses we kept as 4-year-olds. It didn't work out, and I filed those under mistakes made, ones that I'm not making again. I've talked about this over and over again, and I know I've received a lot of very intelligent, well thought out arguments of why we shouldn't move them. I appreciate the emails and very respectful. I do appreciate it. But at the end of the day, you guys don't sit behind the horses. When you look at some of the horses and then compare them to other horses, it might seem like apples and apples to you, but sometimes it's not. And I would hope you would give me the room needed to explain why these horses need to probably change hands at some point. I'm not going to take this video and do this. We've done this time and time and time again. There are some horses that will be sold. I'm a Lovely Lady. I would have put her on gate last week, but she was coming into the finals with 2 bad lines. Sure, they look great. They ran her up the win. They look great. And then there was a little bit of miscommunication, I believe, and she ended up entering for Tuesday. So they were going to scratch her, and I said, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. It's back in 4 days. She's been raced easy. I'm driving her on Tuesday. She's picked to win. Let's just assume it's not going to be a cakewalk in the final. Don't throw away money. Pick it up when somebody's going to give it to you. So I'm a Lovely Lady is probably going to race on Tuesday. I hope she draws great in the final. But the final's no cakewalk for I'm a Lovely Lady. She's 4th, 5th best in that division. She's going to need an inside post. She's going to need some of the horses to draw outside. She's going to need some luck. She's going to need a trip. She's going to need to come in on with a high confidence. It's my job for Tuesday. Adrenaline Rush. Here's a horse that I really didn't like and was on a list to sell, but he got himself injured. And who knows how long that injury was brewing. So we're going to let that screw heal. We're going to train him back down, and we're going to see. We might have a better 4-year-old. He is still going to be a condition claimer. We're going to have to sink a lot more money into him to see what he's going to do. But at the same time, there's not much we can do about it now. He got injured. We had to take care of the horse, and that's that. Donato Patriot K, he's not with us anymore. Did he race this week? Did anybody notice?
I didn't see him.
Look, there's Big Fred again.
You go around this person.
Honey, I can go. You're right. I am going to have to go around this person. Whoever this person is. Whoever this person is, HQY8978, you're a terrible driver. Horrible driver. And I hit a curb last night and flattened my tires. So what's that say about you? First glance. Finished 6th last night. Finished 6th this week. But I didn't think he raced bad. Look, he's at it again. All right, you're right. I got to go around this person. You're a terrible driver. Terrible, terrible driver. Sure, you're a nice person. Great person.
No Donato Patriot K.
Terrible driver.
Explained.
That's surprising. They never put him back in to go. I'm a little shocked at that.
Yep.
Oh, well. So, first glance, raced good this week. Finished 6th. But I didn't think he raced bad. You know, it was a decent prep for him. First start on Lasix. But you guys are starting to see now, right? He's up into a little deeper company. Now the grassroots are ending. A bunch of those horses that he struggled to compete against, they're going to find their way into those classes. It's not going to be an easy walk. It's going to be tough for this colt. So hopefully we can continue to put some good lines on him. And he will be going to Harrisburg. Eglariam most definitely will not. This is a horse. Now you guys should be able to see the difference between some of these horses, and it's razor thin, right? If First Glance goes out and wins in 54-2 on Lasix and looks great, and we say, okay, he's in the numbers of 40, can he do in the numbers of 70? If that answer is yes, maybe, or might, we keep him. But I just don't think he can, which puts you, which you don't believe or you may not know, but it puts you in a very tough spot. And that is why that horse is going. Eglariam has oodles of classes now. She's proven that she can do in the class she's in, which she fits for, I don't know, $30,000, $40,000. Then she fits if they continue to write that 3-year-old open, Fillies and Mares 3-year-old open. I don't think there's a ton of 3-year-old trotting fillies that are going to shame Eglariam. Legit, very nice filly, and I think she's got a very, very bright future ahead of her. I'm a Lovely Lady. We talked about her at the outset. Nice filly. Couldn't put her on gate because she had a couple of bad lines coming in. I think this filly carries some value, regardless of what happens in the final. You know, sure, it's a sliding scale. Is this the same person? Look at this. Menace on the road. I'm just gonna get in front of you.
You're the one doing the video. Papers in your hand.
You make a good point, Amy.
And that person's.
But I'm not affecting anybody
That
else around
person's
me.
got their hands at 10 and 2. And
You don't know if that person has their hands at 10 and 2.
it's the same.
Is it a girl or a boy?
Female.
Yep. Was she brown hair or blonde?
Blonde.
Wrong. It was brown. I can back up and I just let her come up beside me. See? You just you fabricated a story to make your argument stronger. And I don't appreciate it. You attacked me, your husband. You married. You love me.
Well, you shouldn't be judging anybody.
No, fake news. Fake news. I'm a lovely lady. Will be going on gate at some point in the near future. We'll race her for a couple weeks, and that's where she'll end up. Jazzy Judy made a break last week. That was frustrating. I suspect her chances of making a break this week will be diminished. I'll be there on Wednesday to drive my girl, or Tuesday, I think. She actually 5-1 morning line, so it must be a decent class for her. She made a break leaving the gate and trotted 58.2 the other day. Fastest mile of her life on paper. I trained her by herself faster at Northfield Park. So a couple of those good 58 miles, and I think old Jazzy ready to rock with a better crew. She never got that break this summer, but didn't really need to. I don't think. She's fresh as a daisy right now. And needed the work. No, that wasn't the person. No, there's SUV back there. She's two back, causing havoc still. Mamano's best race great last week. I suspect that trend will continue. This filly's, to be honest, has matured into a really, really nice filly. And she is going to be up for sale, but we're not giving her away. She has a little more room to work with than some of the other ones. Like an I'm a Lovely Lady's got 3 or 4 wins, but 70, 80,000 made. When she starts getting up near that 6-win mark, that's where they drop the sharks into the water. Not cool. And Mamano's Best got a little more room than her to move, and should be fine. I actually come to really like, 1, being a part of the ownership on her, and 2, driving her. Both those fillies have been great for us from day one. Both were very meager purchases that gave us a lot of entertainment, I guess, and a lot of optimism for their future. Both of them raced well, and I've been very, very happy with both those fillies. My Jazz, tough year for our girl. Just need to catch a break? No. Instead, we just catch a right hook right in the jaw. 8-hole this week, racing against one of the best fillies in the state in designer specs. Not cool. So My Jazz, again, the road forward for her is full of bumps. No free lunch. X-ray great the other day. I believe they're going to start jogging him this week. I thought we'd go to the pool, but if the vet wants him jogging, then I'm absolutely going to follow the instruction of the vet. I believe if I read my notes correctly from the text message from the vet, and then from the official notes that she gave us, flip-flops go on this week and mile jogging after that. So great news on the no free lunch front. The horse is healed 100% perfectly and is ready to start jogging. Northern Blizzard, we found out what was wrong with him. We got to the root of it. It was a very similar problem to My Jazz, not nearly as severe, but in the same case spectrum, I believe. Very similar, the 2-foot separations causing havoc in his foot. We found it, we addressed it, we're fixing it. He should be fine in the very near future. I know you guys, you can dump your shares, you can sell them, you can do as you wish, but I think this horse has a lot of work in front of him. It's just going to take some time. Where are we at? Perfect Record is in to go this week. Qualified well the other day, I was told. Rose Run Why Not is going to get on the truck and come home with us tonight. So and Sue is in to go this week. I see some movement forward for her. I think she's going to be a better filly. Still a little frustrated with that right line stuff, and I can't really put much on the inside of her because she gets loony, right? So you got to be careful what you do. If we have to add a little bit today to this week, we will. But I've been happy with Sue and the way she's been behaving. Sweet Ambitions. I had to scratch her yesterday. She had a temperature, but overall, fairly slow horse. Very mediocre. You're surprised? I'm going to call it how it is. She's slow as hell. But she'll do in those classes in London and Flamborough all winter. It's funny. Steve and I talked about it. I couldn't see why people loved her breeding. He couldn't see why they loved it. But I continue to get messages from people saying how well she's bred and how she got a great gait. A pretty good family. Slick gait. But, and got a mark at 56. I don't know where that came from. But, whatever. I'm not breeding Sweet Ambitions. She'll continue to race in that condition claimer. She's effective in there, and she will be probably throughout the winter until somebody like you buys her. No, but you like that London class. And
100%.
And she's like, you could race her 6 times a week. She'd never pop a quarter crack. She just goes, and that's because she never tries. She just goes slow. But she's consistent, which I don't mind. If you're consistently, I know you're cheating, and I know you're not trying, but you do the same every week, I'll lower the bar. I'll lower the bar. I'll put you in where you can do. And that's what we're going to do all winter. Tanzanite Tricks, quite the opposite. This filly has been an overachiever for quite a while and has turned into a rather nice filly. She also will be up for sale later on in the fall, but for right now, I had somebody offer us quite a bit of money the other day, and I said no. But this is what she's worth. I don't feel there's a need to drop the price on Sweet Ambitions. It's a filly that's sitting on 3 wins and has already trotted in 55. And in fact, if I wasn't such an idiot, she would have a mark of 55-1 or 55-2 right now. Very nice filly. I got the utmost respect for Tanzanite Tricks. Walk on the Moon, he's coming with me Tuesday. I know Davey doesn't want to hear that. Everybody's going to be upset. What about Mooney? And I want to feed carrots to Mooney. Well, Mooney's coming with me because there's no classes for Mooney. Can't do it Mohawk. Not racing him in London. He's going to race at Northfield or the Meadows. He may even show up at Yonkers. I know I said that the other day. Everybody's like, I don't have a New York license. Relax. He may not either. I'm not going to worry about that right now. First thing we want to worry about, horse race great. Mario drove him great. He trotted great. He's just not as good as those horses. And I need you guys to understand that. And somebody made a very good argument the other day and said, well, he can mature into a better horse. You're 100% right. 100% right. And I think he has value. I'm not going to give away Walk on the Moon. And I know I said he's entered in Harrisburg, but he doesn't have to go to Harrisburg. If we get him over to Northfield and he races great 2 or 3 starts, and we look and say, when this horse comes back, because we'll have to rest him at some point. When this horse comes back, he's going to fit in the numbers of 7-8. He's got 60,000 made. Horse like him should be able to make 100 before he runs into some Bearcats. So there's no necessity to move Walk on the Moon from our ownership. If we're offered very good money, then fine. And he's the type of horse where somebody would offer us good money. But make no mistake, he's not staying in Ontario. And that has nothing to do with Ontario and everything to do with Walk on the Moon. He's not good enough to be at Mohawk. I don't want him racing at Grand River when he can be racing at Northfield or the Meadows. So that's why he's coming with me on Tuesday morning. And he will be. Won My Heart Hanover. Jason trained her in 2 minutes the other day with no hobbles on. I don't know if I want to go down that road again. Another horse, we're blessed with horses that are good horses. I talk about selling them, but in no way, shape, or form am I ever thinking of giving them away. Won My Heart Hanover, 4 clean legs. Yeah, I know a lot of people want to breed her. I'm not breeding her. Not breeding Won My Heart Hanover. Nice filly, but she's not going to be bred by the stable. We're going to race her till she puts some more money on, and then we'll probably sell her at some point. Trained her in 2 minutes at Northfield with no hobbles on. Set of trotting boots. Talk about horses that are nice with no hobbles. Set of trotting boots, line pole on each side, boom, 2 minutes with Jason McGinnis on her. And that's not 2 minutes of Tamika going it's 3 seconds fast, and he was riding the grass on the inside. This is an actual fast half-mile track. 2 minutes, Jason said she was great. She'll be qualifying on Wednesday. So those are the 3-year-olds. You guys know it. I've given it to you as bluntly as I can, exactly what we're doing, our plans are moving forward. I appreciate the emails. Feel free to send me an email and explain your case if you think that one of these horses that I've mentioned will be sold shouldn't be. But I'm telling you right now, I am not going down the same path we've gone before. Every horse I mentioned that we are likely going to sell, we've seen this happen before time and time again. Won My Heart Hanover is not globetrotting, is not a Glareon. You have to be a pretty good horse to transition from 3 to 4 or have lots of cap space. And these horses just don't, right? They don't. So that is the 3-year-olds. I'll be back with the aged horses in just a moment.